Hello and welcome everyone. Uh, we're going to start the CKA practice test series, and today we are going to learn about etcd backup and restore. I have recently completed the CKA certification, and I thought to give some exam tips and the question series those who are preparing for the CKA, so that it will be easy for you guys to clear the exam. So today we are going to learn about how we can take the backup of etcd in the Kubernetes cluster and how we can restore it effectively. Here's the question: create a pod named before backup on the default namespace, then take the backup of the etcd on the master node. Once the backup is completed, create the one more pod named after backup in the default namespace. So before taking the backup, we are creating one pod, and once the backup is completed, we are again creating one more pod, and finally we are going to restore the etcd and will observe how many pods are available in the default namespace. Here is the overview procedure. First we are going to create the pod, and then we are checking the etcdctl version. Once we do that, then we are fetching the etcd endpoints, and further that we are actually taking the information about the certification that is present on etcd. Once we have done that, we will execute the backup command, and we'll create one more pod after that backup, and post that the pod, once pod is in running state, will restore the backup. And when we restore the backup, the etcd doesn't know where we have actually restored the backup, so we need to do the modification on the etcd pod. So we are going to do that in the static file, that is static pod file we will present with the manifest. So we're going to do that in the etcd. Let's get started with this. So here are the overview steps that I have written. So let's go to the first task where we need to create the pod. Okay, I am running kubectl run. The name of the pod is before backup, and I'm selecting image as stdpd. In the exam, the alias of kubectl is already present and configured, so you just have to write the k and then run. This is the pod name and the image. They haven't specified any image, so you can use any of the image here. Let's check the status of the pod. So pod is running. Before going further, let's analyze the environment that we have for the Kubernetes cluster. So I'm checking the nodes, how many nodes are present in this cluster. There are two nodes. The first one is control plane, and the node 01 is the worker node. Okay, let's check how many namespaces are there. So we have a default namespace, and these are the predefined namespaces already there in the Kubernetes cluster. So as of now, we are just focusing on the default namespace because we haven't specified any other namespaces, so we don't have to create any namespaces. Okay, the next thing is we need to check the etcdctl version. So the command is etcdctl space version. It should starting with the 3.x, so we are using 3 version to take the snapshot, and in current Kubernetes cluster we have installed as 3.5.0, and in the exam as well you will get this install. By default you don't have to install the etcd externally. Okay, and then we need to fetch, the third task is fetch the information of the etcd endpoint. For that we need to log into the control plane So if you are not on the control plane node, so put SSH and the control plane name or the IP address, and then you just execute the command from the control plane. Okay, currently I am already at the control plane, so I'm just executing this command. And to check this information about the etcd endpoint, we need to check the static pod configuration from the etc kubernetes manifest file. So I'm just putting the command cat etc kubernetes manifest and then etcd.yaml. Further to that, grep listen. Okay, so this etcd is listening on 127.0.0.1 and the port is 2379 and it's hosted on this control plane. So if you look at the IP address of this control plane, kubectl get node -o wide. So this is the control plane and the IP address is the same that is defined here. So the endpoint for this would be this https //127.0.0.1:2379. Secondly, we need to fetch the information about the certificates that we have. So I'm just describing the etcd node, but before that let's check, I'm sorry, not node, it's pod. So let's check what is the pod name that is running in the kube system. Kube system, the command is kubectl get pod -n kube system. Here is the pod information and this is the name of etcd. So let's describe it. Kubectl describe etcd control plane -n kube system. So kubectl describe, this is the pod name and the namespace is kube system. I have missed the pod resource. Perfect. So this is the information that we have for the etcd. You may be wondering how I get to know this, what the information that we require to take the backup of etcd. I'm at kubernetes.io/docs. So this is the portal that you are able to access in the actual exam as well. So in the search I am doing etcd backup and I am opening the first link that we have, that is pointing to Kubernetes docs. The second link is the discuss Kubernetes. This link is, we will not have access to this link, we'll have just access to this doc. So I'm just opening this link. Here is the information of operating the etcd cluster for Kubernetes. I'm just scrolling it down. The volume snapshot, restoring etcd cluster. There is one command to put, yeah, here's the command. So this is the command that I am referring to. So they have mentioned the etcdctl API, then endpoint information is already we have fetch, and further to that we have to fetch this information. So they have mentioned the CS cert, that is trusted CS file, and the trusted CA file we will get it from here. So this is the trusted CA file, just putting it here. Next we have a cert file, that is server cert file from the etcd. This is here, server set file. Perfect. Then we have a key file. So that should be the server key. It is here. Okay. Server key. Perfect. So we have the information that is required to take the backup of etcd. We have endpoint information, then we have a CA cert and key file. If I put this all together, this is a command that we need to put. We are first putting etcdctl API version is 3, and then etcdctl, then endpoint, CA cert and key. Then I'm putting the snapshot save parameter, and then we are saving the snapshot in the /temp/snapshot.db. Let's copy this and paste it into the console. Perfect. We have the save the snapshot at /temp/snapshot.db. So we have successfully completed this fourth step. Next, the fifth step is also completed. We have taken the snapshot, and then we have to create a new pod once we have taken the backup. So backup is completed. Let's create the after backup pod, and I'm using the same image, that is httpd. Perfect. Let's check the status of pod that we have created. So after backup pod is successfully ready, and currently it's in running state. So the next task for us is how we can restore this backup. Keep in mind that when we are restoring the backup, so it will overwrite any existing etcd data. So that is the main thing that we need to keep in mind. In the documentation you will see how we can restore the backup. So this is the one I will be referring to. Export etcd API is equal to 3, and then this is the command. So we are putting the etcdctl, then snapshot restore parameters, and this is the data directory where we are actually going to export this backup, and then the information about the backup file that we have. Here is the command that I will going to run. So this is the data directory where we are exporting this backup, and if you remember where we have taken the backup, so here's the path. Okay, I'm just copying this command and I will paste it here. Perfect. We have successfully exported this backup to this specific directory. So we have successfully completed this 7th step, and now we'll move forward to this 8th step. We need to modify the static pod, that is etcd pod, from the YAML file. So actually we need to modify the YAML file of the etcd pod. So it will be under etc Kubernetes manifest. To modify this file, firstly I will move this file to Kubernetes, because if you modify it here, there are chances that pod will get restarted because this is a static pod. Okay, so it's best practice to move the pod YAML file into some different folder and then do the modification that we require. Okay, so move etcd ... Okay. Now this etcd YAML will be present here, and I'm just editing using vi etcd.yaml, and then I will just go to the bottom of this file where you will get the host path and here we have the information of etcd data. Currently it is pointing to var_lib etcd, but we have exported the data to var_lib etcd from the backup, right? So I will just modify this etcd from backup. Let's verify this /var_lib /etcd from backup. Perfect. Let's save this wq exclamatory mark. We have saved this successfully. Then move this etcd YAML to manifest file. Move etcd YAML manifest. Perfect. It will require 1 to 2 minutes to come this etcd pod online. Let me execute kubectl get pod. Perfect. So if you remember correctly, we have created the 2 pods. Before backup and after backup. But when we have restored this backup, we're just having this before backup pod, because this pod we have created before creating the backup of etcd, and we do not see the after backup pod, and the after backup pod is created after we have took the backup of etcd. Yeah, thank you for watching and have a good day.